John Keats is equal to romanticism, romantic perceptions. He was the only person who was able to say like this: heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. We people are quite able to understand, appreciate, enjoy the beauty of the songs which are in being, which are there. But John Keats was a person who was associating an extra ounce of anticipated beauty for the songs which are going to be composed. He says that the songs which are going to be born in this world are having extra sweetness. They are sweeter than the present sweet songs. What makes a person say like this? That is what we call the romantic perceptions, aesthetic sense. John Keats belongs to that school of literature, romanticism, aesthetic culture, aesthetic perceptions, and its presentation. Though this poet lived only 25 years in this world, see, this poet just died at the age of 25 because of some tuberculosis disease, some disease. He could live only very short period of time in this world, and he had quite a premature end. But the poetry that he composed, the poems that he made, are full of such ever-going, untouchable, uncopyable romantic perceptions. This year, luckily, we have got a poem from him, and it's titled A Thing of Beauty. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It never passes into nothingness, and all he says. From the viewpoint of a science student or a commerce student, you may find it really hard to understand and appreciate. For the time being, I request you students, just forget that you are a science student or you are commerce aspirants. I simply say you to switch off your logical thinking, switch off your rationalization, switch off your justification process and all. For the time being, you just switch on your aesthetic sense, beautiful things, appreciating all the beautiful things in this world. Though the world is flooded with so many bad things, worries and all, there are enough beautiful things in this world. John Keats is opening a wide door in front of us to understand the beautiful things. Yes, a thing of beauty. The opening paragraph given in our textbook is this: John Keats, 1795-1821, was a British romantic poet. Although trying to be a surgeon, Keats decided to devote himself wholly to poetry. Keats' secret, his power to sway and delight the readers, lies primarily in his gift of perceiving the world and living his moods and aspirations in terms of language. He was living his moods and aspirations. The following is an excerpt from his poem, Endymion, a Poetic Romance. See, actually the given poem is from a bigger volume of poem, and that big volume of poetry is titled Endymion, a Poetic Romance. Endymion, a Poetic Romance. The poem is based on a Greek legend in which Endymion, a beautiful young shepherd and poet who lived on Mount Latmus, had a vision of Cynthia, the moon goddess. The enchanted youth resolved to seek her out and so wandered away through the forest and down under the sea. That's the theme of this long volume of poem, that is Endymion, a Poetic Romance. Endymion, the hero of this, is a shepherd, and he had a vision of Cynthia, the moon goddess, and he goes in search of that moon goddess, and he goes to all the places and he comes across many things. And what he comes across, what he sees, what he enjoys, what he feels is a poem. Endymion, the Poetic Romance. And from that long volume of poetry, we are given a small stanza. It is titled A Thing of Beauty. Let's start understanding it now.